Hey folks, Arcaden here with a look at Old World, a 4X strategy game and Civilization competitor. I thought this video would be fun to make as I love the 4X genre and always wanted to take a good look at Old World, and I figured there are people out there who felt the same. I also know that some people are currently upset about the direction of the Civ series, and this game feels like a pretty good alternative to that. The goal of this video is to give you enough of a look at the approach Old World takes and its more unique mechanics to help you decide whether or not it's the right game for you. Old World is a 4X strategy game that was released roughly 5 years ago in 2020. The game was created by Soren Johnson, who was the lead designer on Civ 4, the one with Spock, and Offworld Trading Company, which is a market dynamic strategy game. Old World is set entirely during the classical antiquity period, a time period where people made cool things in stone, wrote poems, killed each other, and, at least according to this game, got diarrhea all the time. That focus on a specific period is one of the unique aspects of the game, as instead of going from slinging rocks to dropping atomic bombs, your scientific advances are contained to the historical period. Old World fulfills a lot of expectations of a 4X game while adding a few unique systems and mechanics on top. You start by founding your capital, you exploit the terrain for its resources, you use diplomacy or go to war, you build wonders, research science, pass laws, expand, and ideally end as a large empire that has achieved one of the victory conditions for the game. One of the differences of Old World is that you play as a dynasty within a culture. Think of it like adding the character elements of the Crusader Kings series into a 4X. So while you may start as King Nebuchadnezzar II, eventually you will die and be replaced by your heir with their own unique abilities and characteristics. The game spans multiple generations, so a key focus is always ensuring a quality line of succession. The fun of games like this is learning the systems that they have, learning about how they relate to each other, and then using that knowledge that you've gained to beat the hell out of it. So let's take a look at the materials, currencies, and how they work together. In Old World, you exploit the land to get materials like food, iron, stone, wood, and money, which you then use to build buildings, improvements, units, etc. Then you have your more abstract resources like science, which helps you research technology, civics, which help you pass laws, training, which helps you build your military. Then within each city, you also have to manage growth, culture, and happiness. And each of these has a large effect on the yields of all of your resources, as well as what kind of buildings and projects you could do within that city. Sitting on top of all of this is the game's character system. So throughout the game, you'll be interacting with characters from your dynasty, from the 3 families that you choose to run your cities, and from other nations. Each of those characters has an archetype, like Judge, which decides what job that character can do for you. Each character has rankings in one of 4 attributes: wisdom, charisma, courage, and discipline. They also have positive and negative traits like humble or slothful. Together with the job you install the character in, these traits and attributes make a big difference in the output of your materials and currencies. You have a city with a lot of quarries in it? Make a character with the Delver trait Governor and you'll get a sweet 50% boost to their output. That member of your court not given as much money as you'd like into your national economy? Spend some gold to run an influence mission with your main character, increasing the amount that they like you, which increases the amount of money they get you. You have some control over what traits the characters get through things like choosing what your child studies or promotions for characters in certain positions. But they also develop through the game's many story events. Characters will react to decisions you make, getting angry if you pass over their family for a city seat, or liking you more because you actively support their preferred religion. And sometimes, like this baby, they're not quite sure yet. All of these systems relate to each other in fun ways. This grove gives you the luxury honey, which when you give to a family improves their attitude towards you, which in turn decreases the maintenance of the city they run, which means you get more gold that you could use to buy more materials to build faster, which improves your science and your training output, and so on and so on. Old World also makes tweaks to the way the action economy works in a 4X game. Actions are connected to a currency called orders, which is what you use to move, build items, even do character actions. So instead of every unit getting to move each turn, you have a certain amount of actions that you could use to take across all of your potential decisions. When you run out of orders, your turn is over. The amount of orders you get per turn can be increased and decreased in a variety of ways. This leads to some strategic trade-offs. In my Babylonia playthrough, I decided that I wanted to clear out the Danes up north so I could get their 4 city sites. During those 15 to 20 turns, the majority of my orders were taken up by moving units and attacking, meaning other projects and priorities within my city or my characters slowed down. And of course, you'll be attacking and defending against barbarians, tribes, and other civs that want your land. Combat is pretty similar to a game like Civilization 6. It takes place on the map, units have different strengths and weaknesses against each other. Old World adds some complexity through things like allowing you to make a character the general of a unit, which changes their performance, and it has a promotion system for each unit that allows you to slightly customize them. And there's more. There's religion, additional currencies, there's multiplayer, scenarios, but I'm going to leave some of that for you to discover if you decide to try the game out. I spent about 30 hours playing this game to make this video, and I don't think that's enough for a full review, but I can tell you that by the end of that time, I was really looking forward to starting another run. Just know that there are some not insignificant late game optimization issues that you might want to read about before diving in. I hope this video helped give you a sense as to whether Old World is the right 4X game for you. If you liked this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe, and in the meantime, thanks for watching.